Hello, this is Stephen Fernandez, and as let's move on to the sixth experiment in computer networks, which is OSPF, dynamic routing. So, as you know, in the previous experiment, we have done a static routing. So, static routing is reliable inside a certain scenario where we have to manually, where there are limited routers, and where we can manually go and enter the routing address and protocols of these routers in each router accordingly. So that is capable and okay inside a local area network, but where you go on a large scale network, such as the, if you consider the whole world wide web, which is across the globe, so it is really difficult to manually enter all these protocols and collect, receive and retrieve a database and update all these values in specific router. So it is a very tedious task. So in that case, why don't we develop such an algorithm in which the router decides for its own to decide where to route it. So this is designed by this OSPF, which is called as the open shortest path first algorithm. So it follows the similar data structure rule of the Dijkstra's algorithm, where we find the shortest path to a single node. So using the same algorithm in computer networks field, the router decides which is the shortest path and directs the packets accordingly. So the router decides on its own. So this is called as OSPF. So it is called, the full form of that is open shortest path first algorithm. So what its metrics is that it delays between link static routing protocol. So what we have to do is, just you have to go into a router inside its CLI, into the config, and what we have to do here is just write router OSPF 1. So 1 stands for maybe version 1. So after that, just write network directly connected. So after that, just type network and then the addresses of that. So like 190, how many networks are there? We have to just make the router aware of all the networks around us. So here we have 192.168.1.0 as a network, and then we have to enter the DHCP value, which is 0.0.0.255, and then we have to set the area. So the area will be 0 in all cases. So by this we have to do this for all the other networks as well. So just pull up the command and do it for other networks like 2, 4, 3 and 4 accordingly. So by that, all these things will be done for the other networks, and I'm not doing it once again because I've already configured it on my network. So by doing that, the router, we are setting an OSPF protocol on each router. So the router will by itself decide the shortest path given by the IP addresses of the different networks. So once we've done that, the router will decide for the shortest path available, and it will route the packets accordingly to the client and the server. In this case there are two clients actually. So in the command prompt, if we type, so we are trying to ping this PC over here, which has an IP address of 7.1. so if we try to ping that PC, it will ping. So in a similar case, this is also another network. So if we'll just go and check the IP address of the PC, so it's 2.1. so in that case, if we go and ping the IP address of this, so this PC will also be able to ping with that, because we have done it for all the three routers. So slight delay inside my typing. So as you can see, it's able to ping in both the networks. So that is how with OSPF, dynamic routing protocol, these routers can accordingly decide by the shortest path algorithm, so how to send the packets through which router it will have a shortest path to the network, to the client, and retrieve it accordingly with using the same protocol. So that's it, what's shown in this video. Thank you so much.